this is Phil Ebner back with another great lesson in the After Effects course. Last time we learned about keyframes and what they are. Today we are definitely going to look more into that subject, and we are going to be animating position and creating a motion path with an object. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my brick wall for an example. So I'm just going to bring my brick wall in. And then I'm just going to drop the size. I press S to bring up scale and drop down the size. So say we want my brick wall to move from left to right. We just want it to go across the screen. First, we're going to put our brick wall over to the left. Put our timer over here on the left side of our timeline at the start, and we're going to bring up position. So press P to bring up position. We're going to press the stopwatch, and after we press the stopwatch we can move our brick wall wherever we want it. Maybe we want it at the bottom, so we're just going to move it to the bottom left of our composition outside of the frame. Then I'm going to go ahead 10 frames, and I'm going to move it across, so you can see me moving it across the bottom. I'm holding shift so it stays at the same on the same axis. So now between these frames it moves across in motion. So let's see, I'm going to render that out, and wow, that is a fast moving brick. So let's make this a little bit slower. To do that, we're going to make it have more time between the two keyframes. So I'm just going to take this keyframe and drag it to 20 frames. So that's a little bit better. And maybe we just want it to slowly, go across the screen. So maybe we'll make this about 3 seconds. So there you can see it going slowly across our screen. So let's do another example. So I'm going to delete these keyframes. I'm going to increase the size of this. I'm pressing shift and increasing the size to keep the aspect right. Maybe we want the brick wall to pop up from below and then pop up. So I'm going to go to the end frame of our animation, so we'll say 1 second, and press the stopwatch, and go to the start and move it down. And if you don't want to click and move down, you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard. And then I'm going to render it out by pressing Control 0, and there we have our brick wall rising up. So that's pretty cool. Maybe we want it a little bit faster. So that's a cool animation right there. One thing we can do to make our animations a little bit more natural, I think I mentioned before, is to turn on the motion blur. So click this box next to, with the 3 circles next to the title. And if you don't see that option, go ahead and click this toggle switches modes button and you'll see it appear. And make sure you have the 3 circles enabled up here as well. So I'll render this out and I'll show you what it looks like. So that looks a little bit more like a little bit more natural for motion because it's a little blurry. And as you saw right there, what I did, I can select multiple keyframes and move them together. So there we have our wall entering frame. Say we want our wall to exit the frame at 3 seconds. Well, let me show you what you can't do. So you can't just move our wall off of the frame like that, because let's see what happens this way. Uh-oh. See, it is slowly moving down. It doesn't pause at the start. And that's because we set a keyframe right here for it to be at the top, and then we set a keyframe and we told it to be at the bottom, and in between it's animating it. What we want to do is first delete this one keyframe, go to 3 seconds, set another keyframe by pressing this diamond or clicking this keyframe, copying and pasting it, and then going ahead and then moving this out of frame. Or maybe we can even move it up out of frame. Pressing shift and the keys, your up or down key or left or right key, will move it a little bit further than if you're just pressing the arrow keys one by one. Okay, so now let's see what this does. So it goes up, and then it goes up out of frame. So that's a good little animation. So this could be a start of a title sequence. You have it up, then we animate some text on here. So we'll do that. I'll just show you simply how to do that. So let's add some text. We'll say we'll call this we'll call this Alley Cats with a Z. That's pretty cool. We'll put this in the middle, and I'm going to use my title action safe to get it centered, just about like that. I see this plus sign there to help me center it with the title action safe. I'll take that off. Then I'm going to edit this text a little bit. First, I want to make sure that it's centered text alignment. I'm going to change the font to maybe cracked is pretty cool for this animation, and then I'm going to change the color, something that is, will stand out from the red background. Maybe a light blue, something like this might work. I mean, that's a pretty ugly title, I will be honest about that. Maybe let's just do a black, something like this. Just straight up black might be our best option for now. And then we are going to animate this on to the screen. So our brick comes up, and then we'll have our Alley Cats title come in from the side. So this is our final position. So I'm going to go right about here, bring up position, set a keyframe, and then go back right after the brick wall comes up and move this off screen this way to the left. So it'll enter the screen left, and then I'm going to move these two keyframes for the brick wall a little bit further so we have more time. In the Alley Cats text, I'm going to copy and paste this keyframe and go a little bit further, and we'll move it to the right. I'm going to enable motion blur, render it out, and see how it goes. Alley Cats. There you go. That's a pretty cool title sequence already. You could even add, maybe a little subtitle. Add, more text popping up or something like that. That would be cool. But I think you get the idea for how to edit position. I just want to show you one more thing, though. When we're talking about keyframes and motion, maybe we want something to move in more of a curve than straight line. So I'm going to make this text white so that we can see it. So I deleted our brick layer. So I'm going to delete these keyframes as well. So maybe we want this text to kind of go from here up and then down. So I'm going to set two keyframes, one at the start right here, and then one at the end over here. So now we have this animation that just goes from left to right. But maybe we want it to have a little arc. So I'm going to go right about in the middle of this, so about 2.5 seconds, and move this up. So then we have this arc, and you can see by the red dots there's this arc. We can play around with these little bars right here that come off the side to make it more of a smooth arc. And then let's see how it does it. So there we have this curve, and so that's how you create curves, is by setting multiple keyframes and playing with those little bars that come across. We can make it go down a little bit here, maybe up here we'll make it go a little bit down as well, so we'll see how this looks. I don't know why you would do this, but I'm just kind of showing you how you can move your text. Maybe this is a bird flying in the sky or something instead of text flying across your screen. Alright, so that's it for now. This is making an animation with keyframes and for position and path. Until next time, have a great day. We'll be talking about creating a opacity transition or a change in opacity using keyframes in the next lesson. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.